Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JLeesCorner. This is my fourth or fifth video today, but it's my last one for today. Okay, but thank y'all for tuning in. Do not wait. What is this? Married to Medicine, season 8, episode 12, and stuff. Okay, if you have not done so already, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel to become a whole JayBird, dun, and all that goodness and stuff. Do not forget to like this video, comment in the comment section. Also, share it on your social media by hitting the share button. But yeah, like it either on your way in or on your way out. Go ahead and like it. Okay, do not forget to also to relax, to relate, to release, to center yourself and everyone around you. You can also inhale and exhale because it just keeps you calm. Okay, it keeps you calm and stuff like that. You can also follow me on social media at J_Lees_girl. J_Lees_corner. Okay, the link is in the description box below every single video. This is episode 12. I feel like nothing has happened this season. I get because of, you know what I'm saying, the COVID thing, whatever, they could not do much. I'm looking like nothing really happened. This would need to be a 1-part reunion. There was no need for a 2-part reunion because they just shot the reunion like a couple days ago. I'm bored already, but let's get into this episode. So we see Quiet and Anila who meeting up. I'm looking like, when they become friends? And she's a friend of the show. I don't know. I'm gonna leave that be. But they sitting around chit-chatting. They both look great though. Okay, came up serving. Now they talking about basically Toya. Okay, because at this point in time they both are at odds with Toya. So are they? You know what I'm saying? Trying to be like a duo, a double dynamic duo. If we don't like Toya or Toya don't like us. No, I feel like they're produced. Like, you know what, y'all should just sit up on top because y'all have an issue with one person. Now, Quad asked Anila, I think her name was Anila, was it Anila? I don't know. Anyway, but she asked her, does she feel like Toya could possibly be jealous of her, and that's why she's acting funny because she doesn't like the fact that Anila Nyla is, you know, finding friendships within the group outside of Toya being a part of that friendship because, you know, that Heavenly likes Anila Nyla, Quad likes Anila Nyla, Simone likes Anila. So people like her and she don't need Toya. So I do think that could be a reason Toya could be acting like a dang date. Well, Toya, she also could be being a bitch. You know what it is. Anyway, she brings up how I feel like that could be a reason because, like, I'm a loyal friend or whatever, and the Toya I'm seeing now is not who she was when I met her, and so I just don't know why she's acting this way now that I am inside this friend group or whatever. So I'm saying she makes me feel small, and I don't like feeling small. And we've seen Toya treat her like a small person, like she doesn't really matter or whatever, like she's a child, like she's, girl, be quiet, girl, shut up, girl, come on, let's go. She treats her like a second-class citizen or whatever, and Anita Lala does not like it. Okay, Choir brings up, you know, with me and her, I say issues in the past, the present, and the future, or whatever, because again, she's out here talking cash shit about me and my place when she just her own house. I'm like, Lord Jesus, please somebody let Quad vent about that so we don't keep going into that. But again, I don't think it's that Toya is not a good friend. I think Toya is just unhappy. And when she's unhappy, she's a bitch to whoever is around her. And that includes people who she feels like owe her more than she owes them. And I don't get that because again, she don't do nothing. Okay. I mean like in life. Like you be upset for no reason. You be upset with people for no real reason besides the fact that you are unhappy trying to find fault in other folks or whatever. But anyway, you know, so she feels as if Ayla does that, okay, she's not going crazy. Like it's other people who have also seen Toya treat them weirdly for no real reason. Now, while they have a little conversation, we see the oddest of couples, Contessa, Toya, and Samasa. Contessa and Toya having a little girl. I was like, okay. Now Toya brings up, well, since Contessa came on to check on her from Quad's party and not Anila Nyla, that she know Anila Nyla is not a loyal friend. I'm looking like you. This loyal friend stuff is stupid to me. When you and her had issues with, because you was going around saying stuff to people about her. It's like Toya really acts as if I don't do anything. Everything happens to me. I am an innocent bystander. How did I get smacked in the face? Well, because you right smacked somebody first. Anyway, Contessa asked, like, well, what have you done to her? Because Toya sent how, she's not loyal or whatever. But I've done nothing to her. Okay, I didn't say anything. I have not done anything. I'm looking like, you lie. You lie, you lie, you lie. We know it's business because we've seen how you have treated her, for one, and two, the people in the hood say what your complex, your cul-de-sac has said they've heard things that you have said about Anila. So like, why are you acting as if everyone else is crazy except you? No, Toya, I think it may be you. And Contessa brings up how Toya has always had an issue accepting the fact that she does things to people. It's not as if everything just happens to her. Okay. And when she asked her, will you call her and talk to her? She's like, no, for what? She isn't loyal. And then when I asked her, okay, will you call her quiet? She was like, what? No. You know what I'm saying? Because all that is people tearing each other down. So I don't want to deal with that. Toya issue, mama. And the fact that Simone and Contessa is telling you is you. You should probably call them too. And you're saying no, 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 no. Girl, bye. I don't like it, okay? It's just stupid, okay? Now, we do see Anila Nyla is going to have a 5th birthday party paired with a holy event. And holy is an event where they toss colored dust around to symbolize forgiveness and love and trust and all these little things and whatnot. It's a tradition. Fine, cool. Now, she does bring up how she does not know she's going to invite Toya because they not talking right now, so I don't know what I'm going to do. I was like, don't invite her. I don't believe in inviting people you are at odds with. If we can't fix our at oddness before a party, I'll talk to you after. Okay? Why was I invited? We were at odds. I didn't want that tension at my top birthday party, so you could stay at home. But I'm going to leave that be too. Now we see Jackie is partnering with the company to have a skincare line, and so much so that while she's talking about starting the line, the little commercial, the little advertisement popped up on the bottom of the screen. You see that? Okay, a little scan code. Okay, helps clear blemishes and control oil and soothes and hydrates skin. Was it salicylic acid? I don't know, whatever it is. Some words I can't pronounce. Okay, but Jackie, clearly this partnership works because clearly you could not buy it because clearly they promoted it during the show. I was like, wow. Okay, Jackie, like, I want my checks. I want my multiple streams of income. I want all the money. Okay, but she brought up a good point that Black folk, you know what I'm saying, we don't like using SPF, the little sunscreen stuff, because it makes our skin feel funny, look funny. And so she wants something that can be geared towards African American skin or just darker skin, melanated skin. Okay, she wants us to have something too. And now she has something. Again, I'm like, girl, Jackie, like, I'm about my paper. Give me my money. Anyway, now we then see Simone. Simone hosts a couples dinner, okay? And I put this here on purpose because I was like, I can talk and read my notes. Anyway, my hair's cut off, but we see she invited Contessa and Scott, Toya and Eugene, and then her and Cecil, because it was a small couple dinner. Now I do feel like she could have possibly invited Jackie and Curtis, but again, I think they want to have different dynamics, around and whatnot. Okay, now Contessa and Scott came a little bit later, whatever, but we see Eugene and them talking and whatnot. And Eugene brings up how people sometimes mistake his and Toya's banter, okay, like it's aggressive, okay, like there's some aggression. He brings up how sometimes Toya will say, well, what's wrong with you? He will say, nothing, I'm fine, okay, I'm fine, what's wrong with you? It ain't me, it's you. Not really that. He just said she'll assume something wrong with him, but it's nothing. And then Simone brings up, I think men have a hard time owning when they have an issue. And when she said that, Toya then said, well, I think doctors have a hard time owning it, which makes Cecil agree with Toya. Because again, Toya and Cecil are, the spouses of doctors or whatever. At this point in time, Eugene said, well, people think that doctors think they know everything. but we have never said that, okay? We know that there are people in the room who think they know everything, okay? So Toya then say, see, he's denying it, which makes Eugene say, see, by Toya, meaning Toya thinks she know everything. She thinks I think I know everything, and that ain't even true. But again, that's because they should be kind of crazy. Now they all start chit chatting or whatever. I mean, like Simone and Cecil's on one side. No, Simone and Eugene on one side, the doctors, okay? And then we got Toya and Cecil on the other, the non-doctors. And Cecil brings up how, doctors are always the boss all day, calling all the shots. So sometimes they feel like that's how they are at home, so they overtalk us or whatever, and they don't listen. But Eugene then say, well, that's not true. Like, that's not true at all. Which makes Toya, well, see, he won't let you talk. Okay? He won't even be quiet. He said, oh, so you can talk. You talk all the time. I was like, girl. Toya and Eugene is the weirdest couple because you be like, why is he with her? Because she doesn't seem pleasant. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes she seems downright just aggressively evil and mean. And I'm like, she must have good cooch. Anyway, so we do see contestant Scott get there finally, and outside Scott say, what if it's a swingers party? I'm like, a swingers party? I don't think Simone and sister gonna swing or whatever. So it was a joke he said, but as soon as they got in the house, like, well, Scott said he thought it was a swingers party. I'm like, on the snitch on him? She's a whole snitch. Anyway, the producers do ask Simone and Cecil, if you could swing with any couple, who would it be? And of course, they said it'll be Contessa and Scott because they seem to know how to swing, okay? Because she brought up seasons ago how she went to a swingers club and she was in there and didn't leave out too soon. And so she may have been doing some swinging, but I'm going to let that be. So the couples have conversations or whatever, okay? And there was really more of Scott and Contessa and Toya and Eugene talking about stuff, okay? And Toya brings up how her and Eugene had issues or whatever. She does blame COVID for making the issues, you know what I'm saying, more amplified. But they had issues before COVID or whatever. But just happened to be around each other all the time made this shit work. She brings up how, you know what I'm saying, I also don't like fussing in front of the kids. Because their oldest son would say to her, like, Mom, leave that alone. Dad's doing the best he can or whatever. She brings up, I don't know why he wouldn't tell his dad to leave me alone. He said, because I don't fuck with you. Okay, the reason our kid tells you to leave me alone is because you're always fucking with me. I can see that. I could really, really see that. I also can see them having issues before pandemic because, again, we've always seen little cracks, but it's kind of based on Toya's aggressiveness. I don't know another word to say what it is. Toya had this aggressiveness with him as to like, well, shut up. And I'm like, why you gotta shut up? It's just and I don't know why he's like that, but that's on her. Anyway, so Simone tells like, you said that you do not want to fuss in front of your kids. Like, you can control the bickering, okay? And you make it because she said, because arguing in front of your kids is a choice. Because you can control when you bicker. If y'all fussing, the kids there, just stop. Okay? Just stop. And while Toya feels as if, well, it isn't that easy, well, it really is, because if you do not want to fuss in front of your children, then just don't do it. If the kids are there, then don't do it. You can hold off on whatever you want to talk about to win later on. But Toya consistently wants to do what she wants to do when she wants to do it. And that's why she is fussing with her husband in front of her children to make the oldest son say, Mama, leave daddy alone. Stop fucking with daddy. Before he leaves us, he leaves us with you. Okay, we don't want that. Anyway, so contestant then brings up, well, I get it. Okay, I get that or whatever, because again, it's like how with me and Scott, he would sometimes walk away from a conversation or whatever, and I think that's some bullshit. You know, he should not walk away or take calls in the middle of whatever's going on. And Scott said, well, for me, I feel like if the conversation is going left, I prefer to just walk away, calm down, versus staying in it, letting it go left, and then someone say some mean, crazy shit that you can't take back because you was mad. So I tried to walk away from it or whatever. So Eugene brings up, at times, you have your wife critique you, okay? And it was weird because Simone said, we don't want the conversation to be about your own issues, but excuse me, that's exactly what both couples ended up doing. One way or the other, because Eugene brings up how at times your wife will critique you, and or what you do, and it's not to help you, but it's to tear you down. Okay, I'm looking like, ooh. We've seen Toya do that. Anyway, so contestants like, I get that because it goes both ways. I've done that too, but I've been told that I don't do shit. I'm like, see, she took it personal to bring up something that he may have said to her. I was like, it's not supposed to be personal, Contessa. Coming on down or whatever. Anyway, she brings up saying, she goes, I just can't who would say that to somebody, because to say. I was like, oh God. So when she's using the Karla crying voice, Tiba crying voice, Scott said, okay, just relax. See, you saying it's not healthy anymore. I'm saying, tell me to relax, but not to say I'm sorry for. I'm like, this wasn't what it was supposed to be. But again, Contessa always likes to bring up their issue. This is a space to do that in because you do want to do it around other couples. But again, at the same time, I feel like this wasn't about you specifically. So you picked something he said to you that pissed you off to make it be an issue to discuss right now. And not it was weird. It was tension. It's like what's going this. It was this. Okay, it was like we here, okay, but it's some bullshit or whatever. And then she brings out sometimes it gets to the point where in the marriage you just want to be the one that wins, okay, because you're tired of the one being torn down, so you want to win something in the marriage, and it becomes some bullshit or whatever. I was like, this shit went left because again, Contessa is bringing up specific stuff between her and Scott. I was like, no, don't do that, no. But Contessa and Scott, they are not happy in their marriage. They both are unhappy in this. And he doesn't want to go to therapy. She does want to go to therapy. So I'm like, something got to give. I don't know what, but something somewhere soon has to give. And Contessa says how she will stop bugging him about going to therapy. He brings about he will stop running away from their conversations or whatever. He will also start romancing her more like he used to because that's something else that she complained about. So again, I'm looking like, girl, I mean, look, Toya then said it's like Contessa and Scott be putting band-aids on their issues. I'm looking like, well, so does you and Eugene, okay? Toya, y'all put like it's a napkin over it. Just cover the napkin. You can't see under the napkin. Again, it's bleeding. We see the blood drawing from Eugene's neck. Okay, you are killing that man softly. Anyway, so again, at this point in time, they kind of agreed to just calm down. They don't fuss no more, whatever. And a good time was had by all because the food looked good. But I mean, at least nobody fought. Okay, it didn't go too left. But I'm gonna leave that be. Now we then had the little holy event, the little birthday party of Anila Nyla's daughter, whatever. And I was like, oh, okay. Now Anila Nyla and Toya has made up enough to invite her to the party. She said sorry. Toya said sorry. Toya still sings a bit like, bitch, I don't care, but I'm going to say sorry because, again, I don't have anybody else to shoot sings with, fine, or whatever. So we then see Contessa and Toya on their way to the party. And I was like, I don't think she really want to come. She's coming with negative energy. And when Contessa asked, was it Contessa? I think Contessa, I wonder if Quad's coming. And then Toya said, of course she comes. You say that, I'm saying? She don't have no kids or no husband, but she still comes to all this shit. I'm like, why are you cussing in front of them children? You got Contessa kids in the car and hers too. Toya is the kind of adult that you do not want around your kids because she don't know how to not curse. We refuse to use foul language. I'm the only one that cuss. My mom don't cuss and my sister don't cuss. So, but we would not let other people cuss around DJ. If we knew family members were cussing, like, y'all can't come over, stay away. So DJ did not really hear cussing until he was like maybe like 10, 8 or 9. Well, for his first years, like we would not allow anyone to curse around him. So I would not have allowed her around my nephew because she had a foul ass mouth. Anyway, so the event was nice again. Good little cake, good little decorations, and we know that it was expensive. Her husband feel like he's spending too much money. Well, stop letting her plan shit. Okay, get you a person who plans things with the budget you want. But I'm gonna leave that be. Now, Haley said, I'm confused. This is a party for adults or for children. Like, people going all out for these kids. Like, she's 5. Like, what's all this shit? Like, as if for us, it's for them. I mean, I feel like when a party has alcoholic beverages, it's for the people. It's for the adults. It's for the parents. That's not a kid party. Usually, if a kid party was going on, you had to drink the juicy juices, okay? Because it was a kid's party. Why I say party, girl? Even when kids parties have adult things, you are catering to the adults. Give me a juicy juice. Give me a popsicle, okay? I don't really care. I'm gonna leave that be too. Anyway, Carrie asked if Jackie and Heavenly are working staff because of how they dress. I'm like, bitch, they dress because they're gonna be getting dirty later. I don't like Carrie and her bullshit sometimes. She pisses me off. I'm gonna leave that be. So, and plus, Heavenly said Anita never told us to not dress fancy because of what they were doing there and whatnot. So they go see the animals, okay, and stuff, and we see Heavenly riding a little mini horse or whatever. Carrie and Lisa then start talking shit about Heavenly being too heavy for the horse. I'm like, oh my God. Now she hears them. She's like, see, this that bullshit. I'm saying, I'm gonna give them what they want. I'm gonna cuss the bitch out. Because again, why are you talking about how she's too heavy and she gonna break the horse back? I'm looking like, really? Really? So we then see when Lisa Nicole ride the horse, Heavenly say, is that her stomach hanging over? And now Lisa Nicole and Heavenly are full-fledged fussing back and forth about being fat. I'm like, first of all, you hoes is crazy. Now, Lisa's then say, you had lat band surgery and a double bypass gastric. I was like, first of all, how you combine a heart procedure and a weight loss procedure? A gastric bypass and a double bypass, like a heart thing, a gastric surgery, or it's just different. A double bypass, I was like, girl, calm down. Anyway, so Heavenly said, you know what? I'm not gonna do this. I'm gonna go and get me smoothie. I know you, because you don't miss no meals. I'm like, again, Lisa Nicole be trying to say stuff, and the issue I have with that is when people go too far, she cry wolf. Oh my God, I cannot believe. I'm like, you started it. You and Carrie was talking about that lady. She hadn't said shit to y'all as far as we know. Okay? She hadn't said shit to y'all as far as we know. Now, I don't know what could happen before, but to see you two grown-ass ladies talking about Heavenly on a horse. Bitch, it's a horse. It's a horse. Heavenly, now if it was me on the horse, maybe I'm bigger than Heavenly. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, why y'all fucking with Heavenly knowing her mouth is reckless? Okay? She'd be real reckless or whatever. And when, Lisa told her, you ain't missing, I see you don't miss no meals. Heavenly said, you need to make some for your husband. So he said, oh my, oh God, because her husband be cheating. Whatever. We're still married. I'm looking like saying that you're still married to a cheater isn't a comeback. It doesn't negate what she said your husband was out of strand, but y'all are still together. Good, we find y'all happy, good. At this point in time, Lisa then say, but your marriage is fake. I'm like, fake? Heavenly got a fake marriage? I'm like, no, she don't. Oh, a fake for 23 years? My marriage ain't. I'm like, these hoes is going, this yelling back and forth. And when Lisa then said, you want to be like me, bitch, why would I was like, oh my God, not the bitch. It's children. Okay, it's children. But she said, why would I want to be like you, bitch? You can't keep your husband. I'm like, again, the back and forth. Lisa then call her drunk. I'm like, not a drunk. Look, y'all know Heavenly gets pissed when anyone calls her a drunk or alcoholic. But again, she's a doctor. So that hurts her brand if someone's accusing her of being, on that cup, okay? Bullshit. Now at this point in time, Anita Nyla's like, you're not gonna do this at my child's birthday party. I'm like, you invited people who are not friends to your child's party. You get who you invite. Okay? Dumb, diddy dumb. Anyway, they stopped fussing. But it's another thing. Lisa started it. Heavenly finished it. Heavenly gave her what she wanted. Okay, you want some bullshit, bitch? I'll cut your ass out right up in here. But then they moved on. It was fine, fine, fine. We do see that contestant and Toya came 2 hours late. Yeah, 2 hours late. Look. But again, I don't care. I'm gonna leave that be. But I feel like don't come that late, okay? And when you came so late, say hello to me first. I was like, see, that bullshit. You can't show up 2 hours late and then expect me to not ask you why you're 2 hours late. What's going on? I don't have to speak first, but you're 2 hours late. You should have walked in and said, I'm so sorry I'm late, but I'm here. It was traffic. My boob pops. I couldn't find no drawers. The kids' socks were dirty. The pool was overflowed. Come up with some kind of reason as to why you are 2 hours late. But they did not. Now, they then tossed the whole colored dust. Okay? Tossing. Heavily got hit in the mouth with some dust. It was funny. And the fact that the black women all had bonnets on their hair was hilarious. The contestant came in an old little wig that she did not care got dirty. That was smart too. But again, they were all in white, getting powder dust all over them. Quad was the only one who at first had no dust on her because Quad was running for her life. She's a track star because she was running. Okay, they could not catch her. They did eventually, and she got dusted or whatever. But again, fine. So, in the spirit of holy, Anita wanted Toya and Quad to mend things. You know, y'all can mend things or whatever because y'all have a great friendship. She was like, girl, leave us alone. Like, don't worry about us. Worry about you. Fuck that. It ain't happening. I'm like, okay, leave it be, okay? Now, they then are at, like, what are you leaving behind, with this whole, resurgence of positive energy? Because that's like, I'm going to leave behind the thought that things happen to me and I have no role in it. She was talking to Toya. She was talking to Toya. Toya then say, I'm going to leave behind fake ass bitches. Which made Quad then say, well, bitch, leave yourself behind first. Leave yourself behind because you are a fake ass. I'm like, what? What? Girl. That's how I went off. I'm like, these hoes is too old to be doing any of this. Like, why are y'all fussing over nothing? It is 3:08 in the morning. I'm going to end it here. I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Would I be live tomorrow? I'm not sure because this is going to be a live premiere. But anyway, I will talk to y'all later. Y'all know my advice is the same all the time. Do not send your cooch via text. If he wants it, he will come and get it.